Disclaimer. Snape is a great character. Really, I love Snape as a character. What I don't love is how we are supposed to think that Snape is somehow a good guy. Bravest guy I've ever known. Really, Harry? There are no other people that comes to mind there? I don't know, Hagrid, Remus, Arthur. So many brave people, and you decide to go with Severus fucking Snape. And what's worse is that people actually fall for it. One thing is that Harry says that he's the bravest guy, but there are generally a giant fandom of people who are just like, Snape, he is a hero, he is such a good person, and I'm just like, did we read the same books? I'm going to talk about why Severus Snape is basically just a giant asshole. Firstly, let's just start with Harry. In Harry's first ever potions class, he humiliates this little 11-year-old orphan who just found out that he was a wizard less than a month ago. And he humiliates them for not knowing something there's literally no way he could know. And why exactly did he do this? Because he's the son of a guy who bullied him 17 years ago. Let me repeat that. Severus Snape, a grown-ass man in his 30s, humiliated an 11-year-old child because he hates his father. He literally has no fucking reason to hate him, especially not when it's Snape's fault that Harry's an orphan. Have people forgotten the fact that it was Snape who told the prophecy to Voldemort? Next, let's talk about some of the things he said to Hermione, like, I don't remember asking you to show off, Miss Granger, and 5 more points from Gryffindor for being an insufferable know-it-all. And 3, when Malfoy did that spell to Hermione where her teeth grew down below her collar, Snape just kind of went, I don't see a difference. What kind of fucking asshole does that? And let's just talk about Neville, because honestly, I kind of think that Snape was probably even worse to Neville than he was to Harry and Hermione. Longbottom, at the end of this lesson, we'll feed a few drops of this potion to your toad and see what happens. Perhaps that will encourage you to do it properly. Yeah, sure, that's such a great teaching method, Snape. Let's just threaten to kill his toad. Literally, Neville's biggest fear when he had to fight his boggart, that was Snape. This is the guy whose parents were tortured to insanity by Bellatrix Lestrange. But his biggest fear was his teacher. Do you not see how messed up that is? If Voldemort had decided to go after the Longbottoms, Snape would still be a Death Eater. Just let that sink in. Lupin. Snape told the entire school that Lupin was a werewolf, which not only meant that he had to resign, it also meant that he was exposed to the entire wizarding world. He had to live the rest of his life as an outcast in the wizarding world. Let's talk a little bit about Snape's childhood, because a lot of people seem to bring that up when we talk about how Snape is acting. But you know who else has an abusive childhood? Harry freaking Potter. Harry, who cares so much about other people. And despite being hated on by Snape and Slytherins and sometimes the entire wizarding world, he continues to be a good person. And he stands up for his Muggle-born friend, where Snape turns on his Muggle-born friend and called her a racial slur. And when people say that his actions are justified because of his childhood, all I can think is just like, okay, so you're saying that all the times that Sirius bullied Snape, those are okay because he had a shit childhood. Because fucking Sirius Black had an abusive childhood as well. And since we're already talking about Sirius, let's just go on and talk about James, which is where I probably need to step very carefully, but let me just make it clear. I don't think that James is this perfect person, and I don't think it's okay that he bullied Snape. I generally think that James was a dick. I really do. The difference is that James grew up. James grew up, and Snape continued to be a bitter, hateful person. James became a better person for Lily. And what did Snape do? He joined the Death Eaters and tortured and probably killed a bunch of innocent people. My last point in this fucking essay about why Snape is an asshole is Lily. Because here's the kicker. The reason I'm supposed to forgive Snape is the fact that he was friend-zoned by Harry's mother so many years ago. I'm supposed to forget the fact that he inflicted so much pain on children because he wanted to bang Harry's mom. No, fuck that. Another thing is that people seem to think that Snape somehow loved Lily. This was not love. This was a creepy obsession, okay? He didn't give a shit about her happiness. He just wanted her to be with him. He called her mudblood, which you need to understand is a super bad racial slur. It's basically the N-word for wizards. Like, oh, he was angry. That does not make it okay. Fucking Snape, man. She had every right to never talk to him again. And when she didn't, he joined the Death Eaters. And by the way, this was his goal before they stopped talking. Don't start blaming Lily or something like that. His so-called love for Lily was never that. It was a creepy obsession. He never cared about her happiness. He just wanted to be with her. And for that, I will never see him as a good person. Conclusion. Having a bad childhood and getting bullied does not make up for killing and torturing innocent people, joining Wizard Hitler, being a racist, and bullying children, all because you were friend-zoned. He was, all in all, a douchebag. But remember what I said in the beginning, I really do love Snape as a character. I think he's great, and I think that movie Snape was basically the funniest thing ever. I love Alan Rickman, he did such a good job, and I generally lied on my floor crying for a full day when I realized that Alan Rickman had passed away, so... But yeah, that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to click the little bell down there to get notifications whenever I post a new video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!